How are you?
Gordon Einstein, welcome to Beyond the Code. We are here in Tel Aviv, live at Building Blocks, Collider's Building Blocks 25. Still the best industry event in Israel by far.
Yes.
The only one that managed to bring meta guests from abroad to come here. Gordon, welcome back to Israel.
Thank
It's
you
not
very
your
much.
first time, right?
It's not my first time, but I don't get here nearly enough. Last time was May, and before then it was 30 years before. So hopefully we're going to increase the frequency.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while.
Okay.
It's been a minute, as they say.
And I hope you're here for like long enough to enjoy the sun, the beaches.
No.
No. Okay.
The honest answer is no. I came Monday and I'm going back Friday, and it's all conferences and meetings. But you know what? Got the bigger picture in mind.
For those of you who don't know Gordon is the first and last lawyer you'll ever need to know in Dubai. He's also the founder and orchestrator and chief telling people how they're supposed to dress person at Tech Tuesdays in Dubai.
That's true.
Every Tuesday night in Dubai, or almost every Tuesday night, location undisclosed, right? It's like each time, it's not the same place every time, right?
No. We try to keep the same place, but politics and life being what it is, sometimes we have to move. But right now we're at Belcanto, which is a very nice venue in the Dubai Opera.
Okay.
And
wow.
Hopefully for the foreseeable future.
So if you're in Dubai on a Tuesday and you're looking to meet fucking awesome people, reach out to Gordon or just Google Tech Tuesday Dubai. You'll definitely find one of the Luma events.
Or if I can,
please.
If you go to Instagram and look at Dubai Tech Tuesdays, one word, Dubai Tech Tuesdays, you'll find our account, and every event is posted.
Okay.
And then we'll
despite that,
yes.
I do not have Instagram, and I managed to make myself to my way to one of your events.
Yes.
So even if you don't have Instagram,
we'll figure it out.
Just Google it,
yeah.
And you'll find your way there. Phenomenal events, phenomenal people. It's the best way to get connected at the hip to the major alpha that's going on in Dubai right now. Whenever I'm there, I'm constantly surprised by the vibes. There's so much energy there and so much building, not just in crypto but tech generally. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not looking to promote Dubai, although we can.
We can discuss it.
Okay.
The panel I just moderated was about Dubai and the UAE, and the point I was making was, I'm not trying to extract resources or companies from Israel and move them there. That'd be antithetical to what I stand for. But to build a bridge between these two locations so that they can synergize off each other and benefit each other for commerce and peace and human connections and making humanity better for everyone, which is something I strongly believe in. These are two fantastic locations, and the way I put it is, it's like peanut butter and chocolate, man. You can eat it separately, but why would you? If you have the option of having peanut butter and chocolate together, of course you go.
If you would have used jelly as an analogy, I would have been with you on that. But peanut butter and chocolate does not do it for me.
Okay, then you can live your life.
You have your own issues.
You have your own issues. Okay, but fine. It's just I'm playing.
It's like wine and steak. Can we do that?
Sure, it's like wine and steak. Great. Consider we have a Muslim country in there. Sure, why not? Okay, it's like red wine and a great Wagyu something or other. I don't know.
Schmack steak.
Schmack. So look, obviously Israel's fantastic with its ecosystem, with its emphasis on security, with its entrepreneurial spirit, with its youth, with its sort of rule-breaking approach. Dubai is great because of regulatory certainty. There's fantastic tax structures. It's close. It's 3 hours. It didn't kill me to fly here. It's not like flying to Los Angeles.
You don't get killed on the jet lag either.
No, it's like and the weather is actually kind of the same. It's actually slightly colder here, which was a shock a couple of days ago. Now it's like Dubai weather. It's like I feel like I'm just going to Dubai's beach in a way. So part of in Tech Tuesdays, the goal was to take that international. I wouldn't even say the goal, the plan. And when I say plan, it's going to happen. We're going to go to Abu Dhabi starting in September, and then we're going to expand out to other countries.
Wow.
And, I look forward to expanding here also. So yeah, it all weaves together.
Okay. Well, first of all, when you do manage to make your way here, we would love to collaborate with you guys on that.
Obviously. Yes.
But so you're here kind of like promoting Dubai, so to speak, but you're not like a 15-year-old. You've been in the space for some time. I would like to walk you back a little bit. What did your career look like? How did it unroll, and how did you find yourself in Dubai? Because you're not born and bred in Dubai, presumably.
Sure. Let me back off one thing. So I'm not. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
It's Israel. People get gosh. Good to see you. How are you? Whoever you are. Okay. Yes. Fine. Photobomb. So I'm not actually here to promote Dubai. I happen to be on a panel where that was the topic, but I'm here because I work with different families in Dubai, and they are interested in Israel. They're interested in seeing collaboration is here. They want to make sure it's still here after 15 months of drama.
Okay.
And I was like, yes, it is. They're like, go check and make sure. I'm like, okay, wait, I see who you're sending. So I went out here. I validated, yes, the country's still here. People are still doing stuff. We should re-examine this. Come, or or invite us, something like that. So I'm promoting the interchange between the two, not this one over that one. So
yeah, absolutely. I didn't.
It's okay.
I didn't want to insinuate otherwise.
Just for your audience. And then I think you're asking what was my Dubai origin story.
Well, what's your origin story? And then obviously at some point you ended up in Dubai. Sure. It'd be great to understand how you ended up there. But right. Where did you come from? What's your background?
I'm
I like to deep dive as much as possible. So go.
I got it. I'll give you the Wolverine origin story.
Ooh.
So there I was. It was the Civil War. No, just kidding. So kind of actually, I was in Los Angeles, almost the Civil War. So I'm California licensed, and I was doing general business transactions for a long time. And then I got tired of being a lawyer.
Wait, before you became a lawyer, where did you grow up?
Los Angeles.
Okay. No, you said you're California licensed. You started from your lawyer hat.
Oh,
but presumably you weren't born with a license to practice law.
I was in fact born. I was not gotten. I was born.
Okay, and you grew up in LA.
I grew up in Los Angeles. I grew in Virginia a little bit because my dad was in the Air Force.
Virginia's beautiful.
Virginia's great.
So did you travel a lot?
Some.
Okay.
Some, including to Austria. That was cool. But grew up mostly in Los Angeles. Went to undergrad in Boston at Brandeis, then USC Law School.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning of my practice, I am kind of skipping to the law part. Did estate planning, business, and tax. Did that for several years. Did a period of internet law. I was one of the first internet attorneys. Started that trend, or was started at least for myself. Stopped practicing for law for a while, but then I discovered blockchain and crypto in 2014. And it's so exciting. I went back into the practice of law so that I could do blockchain and crypto.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, the analogy or metaphor I always use is, it's like Shawshank Redemption. Imagine escaping from prison, law, and then discovering blockchain and crypto, and then checking yourself back into prison because you missed your roommate and the food was so good. So, I'm one of the unusual lawyers who left law and then went back in. Been doing that crypto and blockchain since 2014, so I guess I'm an OG attorney in that area. Did a lot of work on U.S. securities law as it reflects on crypto and blockchain. And then when was it? It was 2020. I was in Los Angeles. There was riots on the street because different lives matter. COVID was happening. Always matter, darn it. But, certain lives matter.
Some more than others.
Some more than others, yes, apparently. So they tell us. So a friend of mine invited me to Dubai. I came out there. It's like, this is great. The gyms are open. They're doing COVID, but they're not being crazy about it. Every life really matters. Girls aren't bad looking. My marriage at that point was kind of like on the rocks. It's like, oh, hey,
first marriage.
Look at this.
You're second married now.
Second marriage. Everything's better now.
Okay.
So, but I went back, I think the first one was tired of me also. So went back to LA, wrapped up that situation. Moved to Dubai after,
2020, you said?
2020.
That was
now we're heading to 21.
Okay, that was like pre people discovering Dubai. I feel like now everybody's moving to Dubai.
Yes, I was
one of the early guys on the scene.
I don't know. I was the beginning of the COVID wave.
Okay.
Well, let's say, and then more people came. Came out there, and it was great. I've had the great fortune of being on stage a lot and emceeing a lot of events and working on a lot of great projects. Starting Dubai Tech Tuesdays with my new wife, and business partner, two separate people, wife plus separately my business partner. And, it's been fantastic. So as you were kind of alluding to, Dubai is a place where it's very crypto friendly. They have a regulator that's entirely dedicated towards crypto. That's VARA. That's something that maybe Israel could work on, having one regulator for the topic rather than, 20 and getting all confused, which you have in the U.S. also, by the way. And you're seeing a fair amount of investment. Dubai, you have to be careful. Crypto, you have to be careful. In Dubai, you have to be careful. There's a lot of big talkers. There's a lot of fly-by-night operators. But
so many.
It's kind of the industry.
I have a client who's been spending a lot of time there trying to fundraise, and he keeps getting excited. I got this big investor. They want to invest tomorrow. Send me a safe yesterday. And then, you never hear back from them. There's, a lot of, people who like to talk the talk. And if you, dress well, then people think that you also know how to walk the walk. But
I've invested in all these projects. Don't worry. Here's the check. You're like, and then, where's the check? Tomorrow.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Send me my equity.
Inshallah. I know. And like you learn to just, I don't know. Dubai's
take everything with a grain of salt.
Or a camel's hump of salt.
And payment in advance.
You know what? If you get funding in Dubai, you're lucky. If you run your project from there and you have your management team there, that's a good move. I wouldn't necessarily go for your investors from there, but you can. But just to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a competitive environment with a lot of fakers and everything else. But it's like everywhere else.
And cultural challenges.
Some, yeah, for sure. It's not. Yes, they want to get to know you. Yes, they want to have tea a million times. Yes, they want to eat lamb with you and all this other stuff. But it's not so bad. It's not that. It's like a stereotype. It is a very sophisticated, business-oriented, serious environment. They know the cliches and the stereotypes. They kind of laugh at them because that stuff's all outdated. There's some very serious local players there, and there's some very serious expatriate players. And it's not. I don't know. It's like Saudi Arabia's coming around, but it's not Saudi Arabia. They know how to do business. Okay, they know how to move fast and they know how to move money around. So it is a useful environment.
Yeah,
you just need to know how to play it.
And if you want to meet them, come to Tech Tuesdays. That's the place. I was giving you a plug, man.
I love the punchline. Yes, everything is at Tech
There's
Tuesdays.
I have a thing here where I can click somewhere and it goes. I'm gonna do it. 1 second. Oh, fuck. It's not that.
I think that was the get off. Sorry.
Okay.
Whoa.
We're here somewhere. Anyways.
So when are you coming to Dubai? When are you setting up shop?
When you invite me.
Set up
a panel and invite me to co-host the next Tech Tuesdays with you, and I'm there.
Bro, you and your compatriot are always welcome to Dubai. And if you plan it a little bit in advance, because believe it or not, we do have a backlog of speakers. If you plan it slightly in advance, I can get you on stage. And of course, we'd be happy to have you do it.
A, let's do that. B, my partner, Yarden, will be at Token in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So
he's already coming. We're doing it with Bid Angels, Michael Turpin's group. We're doing it on, I want to say April 27th. So, you will get the microphone. You will introduce yourself.
Really?
Yeah. And then we can do a more formal, full show about you guys.
So there's a point of contention here between me and Yarden. It happens to be that these phenomenal events that are occurring are falling out like on Israel's Independence Day, which for me is like you're American, so you can appreciate like July 4th is a time to have a barbecue with the fam, like watch the fireworks the night before with the kids. It's not the kind of time that I want to be traveling.
Listening to you talk yourself out of a trip to Dubai is kind of funny. And you should let him.
You sound like him.
You should let him continue to talk himself out. If it's you or you.
We landed last night?
Yeah.
2 days ago.
From
we
Cyprus?
Just hopped to Cyprus, like back and forth, morning to night, same day.
You could do that in Dubai, by the way, as well.
I'm
brother, it's not Yom Kippur. Just come.
I'm not flying. Like, I need to stay home for a while now. Like, no, it's part of the fun.
It's 3 hours, bro. It's 3 hours. Okay,
it's the best Jewish holiday because the only custom that is a must is barbecuing. Okay? So there's not like, you don't need to go to synagogue or anything like that. All you have to do is buy a mean steak, put it on the grill, and spend some time with your kids. How can I tell my kids I'm going to like eat with a bunch of crypto bros in Dubai?
Am I crypto bro? You're going to be with me. You're going to be with my family. The two-month-old baby or 3 months at that point. We'll create a family vibe for you. We'll do a live stream to your family.
This is a hard sell, man.
And your kids will be like, Daddy, Abba. And I'll be like, sorry, Dubai's got him.
Or I could bring them, set them up at the Atlantis.
There are so many Israelis in Dubai.
Yes.
We can do a first, like, they probably have an independence Israeli celebration.
Why are you off camera? You sound like a disembodied voice.
Let's do that. I was aiming for the mic.
Okay,
you're leaning on our good Dubai friend, Alex Davis, over there.
Oh, Alex is the man. He was at Tech Tuesdays. Now, come out. Put down a flag, man. Put down a flag.
All right. We'll work something out.
A DLT flag.
You semi-convinced me.
Dubai Independence Day.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, bridge building day.
Okay, but we could do. We could also do a different Tech Tuesdays. Awesome, Gordon.
Amazing.
Before I let you
Thank
go,
you.
What are your thoughts on the ecosystem here in Israel, the crypto ecosystem, on the crypto ecosystem more broadly, and just generally? Hi, Asaf.
So I am learning this ecosystem. Obviously, got some really, really strong players like Fireblocks, Starcoin, and everything else, and Collider. I need to get to know it better.
Okay. You need to stay more than 4 days to do that.
And yes, and maybe do it a little bit more methodically, because this is me just like touching to get the vibe. This is a vibe check. Okay, so the vibe checks out.
Vibe's good.
Vibe is good. I did a vibe check. Because unless you got a vibe, like you can't talk about anything else. But the vibe is good. Now it's like finding specifically what works and what synergies I can create between the UAE and here.
There are many.
Ecosystem here doesn't need me. Okay, but it doesn't need me to be here. It's already happening here.
Yeah.
Okay, separate from me. But what this ecosystem may need is a nice bridge to UAE that's where they're not wasting their time and the resources both come together, like jam and chocolate or whatever.
Wine and steak.
Wine and steak. Okay, much better. Okay, I want wine and steak. Which is which, I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
But I'm trying. I need to understand how I can put these puzzle pieces together so that everyone wins.
Okay. Just on the vibe note, one last note, then I'll let you go. Okay. When I came to Dubai last time with like a little backpack and like hardly any clothes, I wanted to go to Tech Tuesdays. It was a Tuesday afternoon, and I told my friend Alex that I'm on the way, and he's like, just be careful, Gordon is very strict on the garb. And I said I was wearing a pair of ripped jeans, okay, which I only own one pair, God forbid, I'll never buy a pair again, and sneakers, which I thought were stylish, because like sneakers are a thing in crypto world.
Does your wife agree that they're
and then my wife does not understand like what crypto has done to my dress style, but I showed up and you wouldn't let me inside because I even changed my jeans to non-rip ones, and you said like, listen, I'll let you in one time, but next time no sneakers.
So this is gonna be an ongoing theme of our relationship.
And then you come here with a freaking three-piece suit.
It's not three-piece. Who wears a three-piece suit? So look, we're different. You don't have to like us. You don't have to come. But if you do come, you gotta
play by our rules.
You gotta play by the rules. Okay, it's like you don't need to be with this regulator. You can go
so I believe in like dressing to kill 100%. But okay, and I tell this story often on the podcast, but I'm gonna tell it one more time because I feel like it's a good fit.
You feel like you need to.
The first time when I left Herzog with a big law firm where I used to work at, and I hung out my crypto lawyer shingle, I went for the first time to speak at this event in Miami. And the first day of the event, I was there with like two clients of mine who I actually just saw today for the first time in like the last 2 years.
Sure.
And I was wearing my fancy lawyer pants and fancy lawyer shoes, and they're like, you can't. This is a crypto conference. You can't go up dressed like that. They took me shopping literally and bought me a pair of Air Jordans, which I'd never even heard of beforehand, and ripped jeans, okay, and a black T-shirt. And they're like, this is what you're gonna wear. And there was a never turning back point for me.
It's so easy to dress that. That's Miami. If I was in Miami, I would do the same thing. This is Dubai.
Okay.
You are in a traditional culture. Number one. Number two is this place is our event. Dare I say is very female friendly. Okay, and they come dressed
because you don't charge for female entry.
I
came with a female guest. She was allowed in. Like, here's the red carpet, honey. Come on in. Just as long as you're wearing a mini skirt. But for me, no, sir, $150 for you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot that one.
I'm gonna rip into you here, man.
I'll rip right back. Do you think women in Dubai need a free entrance? As we're not doing free drinks. Do you think they need a free entrance?
I mean, to be honest, at crypto parties, it is so rare to find even a female. So the fact that you're able to attract so many good-looking females at that is a testament to the
community and friendliness.
Thank you for finishing that sentence.
This is like number one in terms of female
attendance
that I've seen.
Bro, I
so many like
Tech Tuesdays blows this out of the water demographics wise.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Because if they offered free entry for women to this event, I don't know if you'd have more women actually.
The industry and the ecosystem
yes,
here,
you're right.
Not the ticketing approach.
Listen,
if you want to be in this frame, stand behind me because you're not seen or heard over there.
Like, let's talk about this part a little bit.
You can come here.
Go around. Like the women who go to Tech Tuesdays, they're all smart. They're all.
I'm so happy we're talking about this because it's really bothered me for a while.
Okay, well, we can be cathartic. Like we're setting a certain standard. It's a certain vibe. It's a New York style business networking event. If you don't like it, you don't need to come. Okay, there's plenty of other events. You can go to events with all the guys if that's your thing. Okay, have a good time. Okay, you can go to all the events that don't have Emiratis and don't have any local power structure. Okay, feel free.
I want to say, like, to your credit, at your event was the only time I sat down at a table in the midst of a war, mind you, together with an Iranian, a Syrian, and a Lebanese dude, and 2 Israelis. And we had a very pleasant conversation about crypto and about business without discuss. And we actually talked about politics in a more positive sense. Like, we actually noted, like, how cool is it that we're all sitting here at a table and, like, you know, there's so much like misinformation and unnecessary hatred between our countries, but like the ability, the fact that Tech Tuesdays, but actually more frankly, like Dubai exists as a place where, like, I always say, like, the main religion there is business, is an unbelievable thing.
It's fantastic. So I'm just going to beat down your point. Okay,
go for it.
We're respecting the environment within which we're operating. Okay, there's lots of places in the world, and God bless them, Israel included, where you can dress casually. By the way, it's not Crypto Tuesday, it's Tech Tuesday. All right, and there's lots of old school and new school tech companies. And I would actually argue that the real benefit of crypto and blockchain is when it intersects with other fields.
I'm with you.
It doesn't exist in a vacuum. So
like steak and wine.
Thank you, brother. Like steak and wine. That's an analogy I wish I had thought of. We'll use that from now on. Okay, so it needs to be an environment where people are bringing their best game. And it's female. The woman. If you've got a bunch of guys that are dressed how they feel like dressing, okay, then the women aren't necessarily going to dress the way that they want to dress. Okay, they are dying for an opportunity to dress up. They appreciate that chance to dress up. So it brings out the best of the women, brings out the best of the men.
That's an excellent point. Like, you don't want to have women who are dressed to kill and guys who look like they're like just woke up out of bed.
It's not that you don't want it; won't even happen.
It won't, yeah.
Okay, and you won't get the high level Emiratis there if guys are like have hygiene issues and are wearing shorts. It's like they don't hang out.
That was a beautiful point, and I love it, and I want to stick on it for 1 second.
Sure.
Do you have kids from your first marriage as well?
Probably not. No.
Okay, so you have very young kids. You have a 3-month-old, you said?
2 months.
2 months.
A little bit over 2 months.
So like maybe you won't be able to relate on this point yet, but I have teenagers, and this education system in Israel sucks. Not because like not for like a lack of like want, just because like nobody actually learns anything. In like the religious sector, the grades are separated, so you have like girls classes and boys classes, and like so much hyperactivity and time wasting in like the boys' high schools. And I recently had a conversation about this with somebody who's like on the ed tech side of things, and they said the main way to fix that would be if we had integrated classes, male and female, and then like boys would act like less of dicks if they had like women sitting next to them. So I feel like the fact that you have like the dress mentality, which kind of sets the tone for like a bit more of a mature business like attitude, and also just to like bring the male and the woman, sets a vibe. I think that's brilliant.
Are you?
No, I'm coming over to the other side. I'm with you, man. I got to get me a suit for the next time I show up at your event.
Maybe some slacks.
We can start with slacks.
I'm asking so much. A button-up shirt, some slacks, and nice leather shoes. It's okay.
I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it.
It's not a 3-piece suit. Who wears a 3-piece suit? Jeez, we're talking about the dress code. Here I am in Israel at a crypto conference.
With a jacket.
Look, I'm representing certain offices. I have to.
Yeah. Gordon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate it. It's been great.
Let's do it more often.
Yes, please. Amazing.
Thank you for listening to Beyond the Code. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, share with your friends, and to tune in again next week for more fun and insightful conversation.